Hey everyone, it's Caito, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about diagonal paths and their increasing popularity in Animal Crossing. So if you're interested in content like this and you want to see more in the future, I'd appreciate if you'd like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time that I post, but let's get right into it. So I obviously don't think diagonal pathing is a new thing for Animal Crossing. However, I do think it's becoming increasingly more popular for a multitude of reasons. So I think code creators are getting more and more talented with their designs. I think that people are becoming more talented with the islands that they're creating. And also, I think people are just trying to find new ways to be unique, have unique things on their island, and diagonal paths is one way to do that. So as we all know, the in-game pathing for Animal Crossing, you are not really able to do a diagonal path with straight edges on the side. It kind of turns into these circles, which I think works in some instances. You can also hide these sides with flowers or whatever you want to make it a little bit more seamless, but there's definitely a limitation there, and custom designs really solve that problem. And I think what is so special about diagonal pathing is it really adds such a uniqueness and interest to your island, because there aren't very many items that sit on a diagonal. Another thing is, if you're using any version of the path, you can create it to move whatever directions you want. So you can have it winding in and out of a forest per se, or connecting whatever areas that you want it to. So that's something that's really great about using a version of the path. And that's just the 9-tile path that was originally created by denim2_Mori on Twitter. And now there are countless variations of this path. You can find so many on my card, which is always linked down in my description. I have so many path designs on there if you're looking for something like that. But in this video, I wanted to highlight specifically some of the more symmetrical diagonal codes here and how different creators are using them on their islands. So first up, if you didn't see my recent fall paths video, definitely go check that out. I'll have it linked down below and also have it pop up in a card above if you want to check that out. But one of the designs that I highlighted was a design created by Colin.crossing on Instagram. I will have all of the creators' social media down in the description below as well, so definitely go and check them out. But Instagram basically exploded when Colin released these designs. They are so good, and I think the thing that's so great about them, besides just being absolutely stunning and so realistic, is the ability for them to be diagonal. So I'm going to show some pictures here of the way Colin has used them on his island. It looks absolutely stunning. If you are looking for a fall road path, you cannot go wrong with this one. Another thing to mention about the diagonal pathing in general, I think these have become more popular as well since the update that gave us an additional 50 design slots. I can't remember exactly how many design slots Colin said his path was, but I want to say it was over 50 if you wanted to download every single code, which you don't have to do, but having that amount of design slots really opens up so much creativity for these code creators, which I think is amazing. I also reached out to Daisy at Mabel's Apron on Instagram and Twitter and asked if I could feature one of her photos here, because she is also using Colin's codes, and I absolutely love this. It's so natural, such a different vibe than the way Colin uses it, but it still looks amazing. And just seeing the diagonal road here, it looks so good. I love it so much, and I just know we're gonna see so many more creators using Colin's paths in the future. Highly recommend checking them out. Next up, my good friend Allie at Autumn Weeds on Instagram and Twitter has been doing so many stunning builds, and a lot of them featuring different diagonal paths and patterns. She has also been doing a ton of symmetrical builds, which have been so inspiring to me. This first photo that I wanted to show was actually a vineyard that she did, and I love this one so much because it's not technically a diagonal path pattern. She's just using a version of the path here, but the way that she set it up to wind through this vineyard and have all the trees in diagonal, it just looks amazing. I think that the way that the trees are set up is very striking when you look at this photo, and again, so inspirational. Makes me want to go create a bunch of different diagonal areas on my own island. And then I couldn't make this video without featuring some of her garden builds. And I know she's been using a lot of designs by May on Twitter, and I will have their information linked down below as well. But these gardens just look so good. I can't even express to you how much I love them. There are so many different ways that you can do this too. You can do something similar to what Allie's done here, where it's super symmetrical. You can just have it on one side. You can do a version where a path or pattern is on top of the in-game path, so then the in-game path becomes the path that you walk on. I have a video about that too if you want to learn how to do kind of the inverted pathing technique. So there are just so many ways to do this, and I love featuring stuff like this because while we haven't received new content in a while, people are still continuing to find ways to make this game so unique. There are so many different ways to be creative, and I just love that so much. So thank you so much to all of the creators who let me share their photos today. I really do appreciate it. Let me know down below which path is your favorite. Do you plan on trying to use diagonal pathing on your island? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate if you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!